What is the Fed and the Treasury doing to us now, folks? Welcome back. Old Stock Mo here talking about the charts, teaching you what to expect with the liquidity drain. That's right. The original reason from the middle of July to where we are now for some of this downward pressure is still there. Yes, we had old Uncle JP earned himself a Christmas card by going ahead and telling the market, hey, we're thinking about maybe cutting, and we're going to look into that. And that gave it a really nice boost. But over the weekend, we saw some red, and we didn't get that big green pump. Now what's going on? So I got your answer. Now, this is my opinion, of course, but I think my opinion's pretty good on this one. We'll see how it goes. Let me start with a big thank you to everybody that joined the workshop yesterday on the candle method. This is for beginners who want to learn technicals. It was a live session. It was awesome. And I'm going to do another one, but 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, Code Money will save you $20 off of that. If you're interested in it, though, you can click that link. I think I got it all set up here. You guys can click it. Yeah, there you go. And it's going to be a limited amount of people in there. So if you're interested in going in there, boom, $20 off there if you would like to. And of course, Dr. Stock has his session ready to rock for the options as well. And Will is working on his. But for those who are curious, I do want to say thank you because it was an awesome event yesterday. Get into the Discord for this week because this week's going to rock. We got code LEARN to save 50% off your first month and 15% off your year if you click this right here. And then, of course, the webinar is live. This is the second link down below. If you have not gotten in there, get in there today. It's free. There's no cost to this. It's the 4-step framework for successful technical analysis that I teach. It's about an hour long. It shows you how to learn the technicals. It's fire. All right, let's go ahead and talk shop here. What's going on? As you can see right now, what's going on? We're down just a little bit on Bitcoin, a little bit on Ether, and a little bit down on XRP, barely. But that gets us into the charts and everything else. So I want to talk what you need to know for today, what you need to know going into this week. So we had this monster candle, and I'm starting with XRP. So this is a monster candle right here. Huge run up, beautiful looking candle. And then all of a sudden we're kind of stair-stepping down. Hardly anything at all though. And you're getting major support right around this zone, right around that 290, 298 zone. You're getting a lot of support. So it hits it, back up, hits it, back up, hits it, back up. We're underneath though the 13. If we can confirm underneath the 13 here, I am expecting us, well, we'll just say the 5. We are at the 13. If this is a red candle today, this is confirmation under the 13. That means we're going to the 5. If we finish under the 5 and then confirm, we're going right back down to the 50 EMA at 295. So these are the things I'm watching for. Mo, are you buying? Are you buying? Here's what I'm waiting for. I've been very, very blunt on this. I follow the candles. Right now, you guys know I've been DCAing out, slowly but surely out of this as it's been dropping. It got all the way down to almost my buy zone, which was 270, roughly 276, I think, or 275 I had to hit. We didn't get there. We got 277, I think. So it almost got there, but then it just missed it. And then fast forward, monster Fed save, boom. Now we're right here. So are we going to come back down? Or are we going to confirm, and what I'm looking for is a confirmation above 307. We got above it, back down below. Got back above it, back down below. If we get above it and then a confirmation candle above and beyond, that's what I'm looking for. Basically, what I'm looking for is a closing candle above 310. But remember, I'm looking for the first one to break this resistance at 307. And then I want the confirmation candle that ends up above 310. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'll continue to update you all here. If it continues to sell, if we get below the 50 EMA, which we don't want to see, I wouldn't think so, but you never know with these candles. They are coming down. Like I said, if we confirm below the 5, I do think we're coming down there. All right? And that's not what everybody wants to hear, but I'm just telling you, I'm rolling the bones and they're telling me what they say. And that is what they say. And you know, my technicals are pure fire. I've been nailing it. Even this one down to where I told you it was going until the Fed threw a parachute on it and saved it. Now you say, okay, that's XRP, Mo. Check out Bitcoin. Remember how I told you I sold all my Bitcoin? I don't even want to touch it because it's so, the technicals are screaming, stay away, to at least to me. I don't know about you guys. For now, that's what I'm seeing. And I got something big in this video at the end. You're going to see why I'm seeing this downward trend. Anyway, so I got out of Bitcoin. You guys know I've been selling, getting out. We come down. They save it right here. They save it, the Fed. It goes back up to 117. By this weekend, that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now look, we're at 113. We actually got all the way down to 110. Monster selling that. That was a wild candle to watch. Monster selling though. And it got real strong support though, right around that 112. We lose 112. I'm going to be blunt. If we confirm below 112, we get a candle below here, close, and then one more confirming candle. I myself think we're going to 1096. Absolutely. I don't even think it's a question. We'll test that. All right. And so that's what I'm watching for. Right now, this is extremely bearish. You can say, how bearish, Mo? Well, the 5's back underneath the 50 and that 13's coming down. This is one of my favorite bear setups for buying puts and getting, and I may just do that. Because what you're seeing right now is that 5 come back down. This candle is going to tell me my next move. If this candle finishes down and we confirm underneath the 50 and that 13's coming down, I do believe the puts or shorting or whatever you do, the inverse, should be the play until we rocket back up or we find, until it reverses. And right now, the 5 and 13 have not reversed, even with the Fed saving it. Now, I'm expecting a wild day today. So if this thing pushes green, pushes back up, we're good to go. I'll wait. And I'll buy into Bitcoin above 116. I'd say 117. Confirm above 117. So finish above here and then a confirmation candle. I think we're going to new highs. Finish below this line, 112.5. And I don't think it's good. It's not good, folks. So that's where I'm going the other way. So that's what I'm showing you there. And ETH, just in a world of its own. I continue to tell you guys this. ETH is just an animal. What I'm waiting for here, and I'm not going to be shocked that I got to buy in at a higher price, which, it's part of the game. The money is flowing. I thought I was going to be able to get in here, down here, and I thought anywhere below, down here by the 50 is where I wanted to buy in at, 4,000 or lower. I thought we had it until the Fed saved it, and boy, did that have a short squeeze. That tells me how much money was actually just short. Like they shorted this thing, and they burned it up there. It went to all-time highs. And you can see that here yesterday, and now we're here just kind of sideways right now, indecision time. We're going to see what happens. We're at 47.65. For anybody asking if we can finish above 48.34 and confirm, that's where I'm buying. If we do come down, I'm not buying until we get back above there. I will patiently wait. And that's the game I'm playing for this. So that's it, man. When you look at this, it's a game of patience for me. And I got this drawn here so you guys can see it. I'm waiting for this line to be broken to go up and confirm, or this line here to be broken and come down. And I got to be blunt. If it crosses the 13 and confirms below the 13, I might just get back in. And I shouldn't say get in. I'd be looking to get a little more out because I do think it would come down to the 50 then. If we confirm below the 13. If we finish above here, I want to load up more. And that means confirm above that line. So when I say finish there, it's not just get above it, it's confirm above it. I want to be a little less risky moving on out. You can see this is a nice setup. Man, I'm telling you. Now, let's get into what I think you need to know. Here it is. So, I've been telling you there's a liquidity drain. This is no secret. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to it, but the refilling of the treasury bank account is massive. I think they're trying to get it up to 800 billion or so, and they're just getting started. Like they're halfway through or more than halfway, but you've been seeing it since the middle of, I believe, July. So let's take a look at July. Let's go into Bitcoin. I'll show you Bitcoin. It's a good one to look at for this. So you go in July, middle of July when they started to replenish, and look what happened. Down we come. We go from 123 until the Fed saved it. We were all the way down to 112. So it's $11,000 off that price during the liquidity drain. And of course, there's some ups and downs, but it's slower. And a lot of that deals with the liquidity drain from the treasury replenishing. Now, so I go out there. I know this is happening. Then I wanted you to see this. Current status right now, the TGA, which is their checking account for the treasury, They're building it back up. August 21st, the balance was 561 billion, up significantly from the lows of around 300 billion. Now, their goal is to get this up to 850 billion. So we're looking at about 300 billion more by the end of September. And that implies most of this will happen over the next couple of weeks. That's a lot of money coming out of the system, folks. And at the end of this, going into October, there is no more liquidity drain. We can go ahead and just have a ball. In other words, we should be able to have more normal markets for crypto, stocks, everything, after they get it replenished. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about, and the reason I'm so much cash right now, is that the repo, they don't got the money for the overnight lending in the banks like they did back in old times, we'll say a few other times ago. For those, right now, for those who know, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm talking to, the backstop to add that a little extra shock absorber to what they're doing here. They don't got that. They don't have it as good as they had it before. They have, but not as good. So I'm a little nervous, and I'm hoping everything works out well and we go higher. Personally, I see what the charts are telling me. I see what's going on here, and I don't want to mess around. I see greed in the market. I don't want to mess around. I see the liquidity drains not done yet, so I don't want to mess around. So because I'm taking it, I took a lot of money off the table, and I'm now going to sit back and wait to pounce. And maybe my pouncing is at a higher price. That is definitely something that is possible. I don't know. But if I go to the Qs, just to show you guys the Qs, are the Qs, and this is what was going on. See the Qs coming down from that liquidity drain? Boom, the Fed saves them right there Friday. That was absolutely bearish. Everything was happening. We were going down there. And then boom, Fed saves them. So I'm curious to see what happens. Mo, you getting it back in? I will. If we finish above 583.55 and confirm, I'm buying. I'm wrong then. And that's just how it is. And I'm okay because this is a 5 to 10 year project I'm doing to try to see what I can do with my portfolio. But I did want to bring this and teach you a little bit in this video about the liquidity, the treasury, all that and more, and what's going on, how the Fed stepped up to save it a little bit. If we see a drop with the Qs below 563.42, folks, it's going back down to that 50 EMA. Now, keep in mind, I'm not doom and gloom here. What did you just get told? That it's over before the end of September. In other words, the Treasury should have that replenished. The headwind stopping us isn't there anymore, and we can go ahead and enjoy. So if the market does pull back, I absolutely believe it's temporary. And Q4, as I've been saying since Q1, is going to be a beautiful quarter, in my opinion. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I do have a feeling for crypto with all the different things that are going to happen, such as hopefully the spot ETS for XRP, hopefully the staking for Ethereum in the ETS, BlackRock put in for that, all that and so much more. And by the end of the year, Q4, are we going to have the Clarity Act? Oh, goodness gracious, folks. There's so many good things to look forward to. And that's what I'm talking about. So this is the last couple of weeks of hiccups that I think we're going to see. I'd say about 5 more weeks. And then I feel all rosy. And so I did de-risk. I de-risked big time. And I know a lot of you guys know that. You see what I'm doing. I am transparent. Agree with me or not, at least I'm transparent. And that's one thing I don't see on the internet too often. For my Bitcoin, obviously I did the right play. Even with the Fed saving it, we got a new low or low in, which is scary. I do not want to be holding, so I'm happy with that move. That move looked good. That move looked real good. The XRP kind of in the middle. Go XRP. You look at that and say, Mo, obviously it popped back up. Now it's coming back, and I'm not sure. If this can finish above there, I'm going to be heartbroken because I have a good chunk of XRP, but not the full amount that I would want to have. And then, of course, ETH, I'm already just like, oh, come on, man. I made so much off of that, and I could have made a lot more, but man, oh, man, oh, man. That's one of them ones where it's like the Fed saves the world, So we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to push of a button, doing what I need to do once I get that confirmation. Now, if you haven't done it, get into the Discord, code LEARN, 50% off. Get in there before it expires. We only got a few days left. Second link down below is over to the webinar. Get into that. That is 1 hour long. It'll teach you what you need to know. The framework for successful technical analysis. Do it today. It is awesome. Third link down below is over to Kraken. Get into Kraken. Where are you buying your stuff at, Mo? Well, trade 100, get 25 XRP. I talk to them. I say, what can you do for my viewers? That's what they got for you. All right, so that's the third link. And then, of course, the fourth link down below is the next time I'm going to teach, which is 2 weeks from now. It was awesome. We had a packed house the last 2 times. Incredible. So if you guys want to try this, code money will save you $20 off. You guys can come over and do that. That's that link down below. That's what I got for you today. I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord.